Hey everybody, DoogieHueser MD here with another of the Star Series tournament matches. This one is Freedom of the Action versus Friends Chrillee. I don't know a whole ton about either of these teams, but I'm going to go in and try and do my best to cast them. It looks like Freedom of the Action's die is taking a while to load, so we'll fast forward a little bit. And there we go.
That's the spirit.
So, no broadcaster, because I'm going to be doing the one broadcasting. And they went for an early keeper ban, so that stops most, can stop most pushing strategies. And then with the Nyx ban, Nyx and Keeper are two of the most frequent first pick heroes, just because they're very strong. You see Magnus, so that kind of stops a lot of team fight compositions. So it's a decent ban. It makes things like the whole Darkseer setup less effective, though the meta has shifted a bit away from a team fight, and we see a Batrider pickup. So, Batrider is very good for getting some guaranteed kills around mid-game with Lasso. If you catch someone alone, you're pretty certain to be able to get a kill on them if your team is being well organized enough. And we see a Darkseer. Darkseer is very good because of Wall of Replica. It increases in effectiveness as the other team gets more fed, and Shadow Demon has much the same way in his disruption. So now we're going to see Freedom of the Action's next two picks. Right now, Friends is a very solid lineup. They can stop a lot of effective carries with that, because they can essentially get 3 copies of that carry. Rubik is a very good pickup because of the 2 very powerful spells on their 2 kind of support type roles. And we see a Gyrocopter. He's been very good lately. He's fit in very well with the meta. He's got a big team fight ultimate. He can attack everybody in the team fight, and Flat Cannon shuts down things like Undying's Tombstone. So he's a decent pick. I'm surprised we don't see him as a second ban occasionally. I very rarely see that, but I don't know. He seems to win a lot of the games that he's in. Lifestealer, great pickup, free PKB, and a ban on Lone Druid. Lone Druid is considered by some to be the best carry in the game. I've heard that a lot of Chinese Dota players frequently say that he's one of the best carries in the game, if not the best carry in the game. And we see bans on Bounty and Beastmaster. So Bounty is a good person to keep out of a team because track gold can make it so that you can lose a team fight by 1 kill or 2 kills and still come about equal in the gold distribution. So it's sometimes a decent choice to ban him because a very good bounty hunter's tracks can make it so that your team can't pull ahead in gold. And so now we're waiting on Friends' 4th ban. They're almost out of reserve time, so they've really got to hurry up and make a choice. Faceless Void. Faceless Void's interesting. I don't see him banned a whole lot. Chronosphere is a very powerful ultimate. He's a great carry, but I don't know if he's better than, say, PL or Lifestealer, who's already been picked, though Chronosphere does synergize very well with Gyrocopter's ultimate. And now we are waiting on Freedom of the Action's 5th ban. A Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain's considered one of the stronger mid heroes. And she's got a great ultimate, great team fight ultimate. She's got a very powerful E. It's able to dish out a lot of damage. And you may hear me refer to the skills by what they're mapped onto. For those of you using legacy keys, I don't know how you do it. I can't do that. But yeah, that's her AoE ability that hits everybody that's near her. And now we have Freedom of the Action's 4th pick. So it could be just about anybody. And I don't know if I told you guys, but I'm flying solo for this game. So hopefully I fill all the chat pretty well and don't miss anything, but I could still mess stuff up. And Clockwork's an excellent pick. I've seen him more and more in professional games. If you can get an Aghanims, Hookshot becomes amazing. Battery Assault's very good. If you look, its interval is 0.7, so it hits 30 times. Wait, I think that's right. No, that's not right. It hits 15 times. I doubled that. But 15 times 75 is... Let me math real quick. It's more than 1,000 damage. So, Battery Assault's very, very strong. Every single charge hits one hero. It's more than 1,000 damage. Nature's Prophet, so they can potentially go for a split push here. Maybe split push with Darkseer. Darkseer has a Surge to make sure that people get away.
10 seconds remaining.
For Friends has to be very careful with their picks, though. They need to know what they're picking and talk about what they're picking very closely while Freedom of the Action's still picking, because they only have the minimum time left to pick heroes, so they need to be very careful about that. I'm generally liking what Rubik has to steal from the other team. It's kind of dangerous to pick him very early, because we have a Darkseer and a Shadow Demon. Lifestealer doesn't have a whole lot to steal. Maybe you can get open wounds and guarantee your team a kill. Infest could potentially be interesting. No one's really going to expect Rubik to be popping out of another hero. And then Nature's Prophet, you can potentially make some use out of any of his abilities, but they're not quite as strong as abilities that you can steal from quite a few other heroes. His ult's good, his call can be good. Nature's Call can be really good for split pushing. His teleport can be really good for getting out of trouble. And Sprout can be really good for isolating a carry and, you know, picking him off with ranged heroes. But, oh, Bane. Bane's a great pick. And a good counter pick for Lifestealer because, I'm not sure if you're aware, but Fiend's Grip does go through Magic Immunity. So that allows him to kind of go through that Magic Immunity and disable Lifestealer. Kind of odd that they banned Beastmaster, because Beastmaster fulfills a similar role in taking care of Magic Immune units. But it's probably best that they did. Their carries aren't as hard of carries, so if the other team got Beastmaster, they get a disable that goes through Magic Immunity, and they also have a huge attack speed buff. And there we see the last pick rather, is Storm Spirit. So the game is about to begin, and once it starts, I'll go over who's picked who, or who's been assigned who, and we'll get to talk very briefly about, you know, what people are doing, what people have picked up as starting items, that kind of thing. Why am I not in yet? I guess everybody has to be assigned. So Strange got Lifestealer, Zara got Gyrocopter, Dai got Rubik, Prepare for Battle got Clockwork, Bane is, oh my, I'm gonna say Yakpixa? I'm sure that's wrong. Darkseer is Chrillee, and
10 seconds remaining.
Let's see, that's it. Oh, Noah's is Storm Spirit.
5 seconds remaining.
Oris Loco is Nature's Prophet. And who did I miss on? No, it's on directed still. Who did I miss on the other side? Stell's is Batrider. There we go. Alright. So everyone's been assigned. So we have a Darkseer going into the hard lane. It appears by himself. Nature's rather sent his Treants out to scout a little bit. Storm Spirit is going mid. We have Shadow Demon and Lifestealer top. And then on the other side we have Zara Najero is bot. He's in the safe lane. He'll probably be doing that by himself. Although maybe not. Potentially Rubik might be coming to assist him. And then it looks like going mid we have both Bane and Batrider. Bane may be hiding out in the forest area, potentially doing the easy camp or things like that with Rubik. And then we have Clockwork up here. He'll be in the hard lane by himself. First ward goes down. This has been a bug with the replays, but all the wards have been Necronomicon archers. I don't know what's up with that. And we got the creep spawned. So no action yet. It's been a little slow to start.
Here we go.
I'm a little surprised. Normally there's a little bit of scouting and things like that. Maybe we'll get a little action down here at the rune.
High hopes for this one.
Looks like no. Kinda looks like we have... Oh, okay. I was wrong. Bane will be taking mid, and then Batrider will be stacking and using Firefly on jungle camps. That makes a lot more sense. Clockwork needs to be really careful here. What he can do best is just stick around within experience range. Anything else, and he's going to be risking getting killed. And we get a disruption come out here, but I don't think anything's going to come of it. Batrider doing a little bit of pooling. A little bit of stacking. Nature's Prophet's pulled back the creep wave a little bit. And it looks like he's taking the bot lane. So they could have sent him to forest or to jungle, depending on you know, where you come from. That's that kind of terminology is up for grabs, but they could have sent him there. They chose to send him to solo the hard lane, it looks like. Storm Spirit and Bane are just kind of squaring off. Not a whole lot's happening, but Bane is probably preventing much of the CSing from Storm Spirit. Yeah, you see he only has 6 CS as compared to a lot of the other people. Bane has 11. It's much higher. And not too much action. We have Batrider is going to safely be able to get these 2 hard camps that he stacked up. That should go fairly easily for him. He needs to be careful here. I've seen Batriders die to the camps that they've stacked up, even in professional games. It's just a mistake that people make sometimes. Looks like we have a bit of gank action happening bot. Rubik's coming in. And you're going to get the teleport from the Nature's Prophet, potentially? It looks like he's decided to stay so far. Maybe he's thinking something, he can make something happen if reinforcements come.
Blood, folks.
And first blood up top.
First blood, and let there be no end.
First time for everything.
So, I tried to catch first blood going to happen bottom. Thought it was, ended up happening top. Basically what happened is that Clockwork, I'm sure, strayed a little bit too close to the combat. He really needs to keep his distance between disruption and deep wounds, I believe. Yeah, open wounds, rather. He's not going to be able to get away if they choose to go in on him and he's too close to the action, too far away from his tower. It looks like they don't even know where Nature's Prophet is. I think he's just decided to stay in here, and he's within experience range, so... It would almost appear that they're not even entirely sure that he's there. You get a little bit of pulling going on here. They've, looks like they may have chain pulled from here to here. Or just pulled down to here. Looks like we got a little bit of bottle crowing going on mid. It's perfectly normal stuff. He's not going to be able to CS very well. With minus 30 damage, he's going to have to use... almost going to have to use Remnants if he wants to CS. And that means he's going to be mana starved, and also that he's going to push out the lane, which allows Bane to safely CS at his tower. Still not a ton going on bot, but if you look, Gyro's 21 last hits. That's decent. Not amazing for the Safe lane, though. He's got a recipe for a Hand of Midas, though. And he's going to have the hand next time he gets a creep score. So he now has his Hand of Midas. That could spell trouble for the other team. It's a 5-minute Hand of Midas on a gyrocopter. They're going to have to try really hard to keep him shut down now. We got Rubik chain pulling. It's just a pretty commonly done thing. Keeps the creep lane from being pushed and allows him to safely get jungle experience. Rubik's level 3. Once Rubik reaches level 6, he can become a serious threat in team fights, as long as the other team has important team fight ultimates. So, there is that. Looking for a bit of action. So far, gameplay has been pretty passive. We do have first blood out at the 5-minute mark. But aside from that, people have mostly been playing passive, trying to grab creep score where they can. Lifestealer's 31 creep score, and Darkseer's at 36, so that's stuff to look out for. Let's look at the net worth chart. We have Lifestealer at 26,000. Now Darkseer's at 1,700, which means that his creep score is somewhat inflated by jungle creeps. Rubik and Shadow Demon both looking rather poor, but they are going to be playing the hard support roles, so won't matter too much as long as they can keep putting out wards and eventually get their brown boots, they'll be alright. Looks like something could happen to Clockwork again if he's not careful. I really would like to see a ward up here so that they can tell what's going on and know when it's safe to go in. And when it's safe to get closer to get some creep score. Ooh. Oh, and the teleport from Nature's Prophet. This is going to go very poorly for Clockwork. They've given up yet another kill. Now, let's look at the gold chart. It's still decently on the Dire's side. Now, if they get this tower, it could change. I doubt it. Or rather, they are the Dire, so if they get this tower, it'll further solidify their lead.
Radiant's top tower is taking hits. The Radiant lost the top tower.
So, and they do get the last hit, there's not a deny.
Mid tower could use a little help.
Bane's trying to dish out a little bit of damage on the tower as well, but there's not much he can do. And you really saw the strength of Nature's Prophet with his global ultimate, or his global teleport rather. A little push going on this tower.
Something about that bottom tower.
It's not a ton. And it probably won't amount to the tower getting pushed down.
Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower?
Although I could be wrong about that. It looks like they're not teleporting to react, so... Yeah, they definitely just got the tower. So they're... I guess they're happy to trade the tower. Now you're looking at a slight peak in the Radiant's gold graph. I think a lot of what's helping them stay in there is that Midas on Gyro. That's 200 extra gold every minute and a half, and extra experience as well, which is always good to see.
The Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
If he goes to the jungle and grabs a hard camp, that's going to further the experience graph as well, and it probably already has. If you look at the experience graph, it's down a little bit, but Radiant is looking good on experience. I'm doing a little bit of damage to Lifestealer. I don't have to do anything. I'd really like to see 1 point in Battery Assault. It's a good skill. Mini stuns are nice. Oh, he could have done stuff like ganked mid at 7. He did get a point of Battery Assault.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
So he could hook onto this Shadow Demon. He could hook onto this Darkseer. Darkseer can't escape cogs, so that would be something very useful.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
And the mini stun prevents Nature's Prophet from teleporting away. So it's a very useful ability to have on ganks, Battery Assault. Net worth, we still have Lifestealer at almost 5,000. Even with a Hand of Midas, he's a bit behind on Gyro. They both have hands, so I guess that's a bit to be expected. They both have the safe lane, so.
Radiant's bottom tower's seen better days.
Looks like he might be going for a fairly early armlet. Which is always a great item to see on almost any strength carry. And we got a double damage Storm Spirit, so we could be going for some action mid, and we do. We get some teleports in response, but it's far too late to save Bane. All that really prevents them from doing is pushing down the tower. Let's take another look at our gold graph. It's gone back down in to Dire's side. It's been pretty back and forth. I'm impressed by this game. Oh well, they went right on Gyrocopter.
Dire's bottom tower's getting.
So let's go back and see that. Yes, infested teleport. That's what I thought. Oh, that's great to see. I love it.
Somebody's cooking.
I was really hoping that's what it was too.
Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower?
And that's really why one of the reasons that Prophet's a strong pick. Prophet is a strong pick because Lifestealer's a strong pick. They work really well together. I'm sure that's not the only reason he's a strong pick. He's got great split pushing and global presence, but it certainly helps. I got a little bit of a creep push going on top. That could definitely go around. And looks like there's going to be some action bot. Maybe not. Maybe Fiend's Grip. Fiend's Grip's already down. Gyro. Will they get Lifestealer? Looks like no. They do have a Nightmared Storm Spirit. I don't know if they're going to be able to do anything with it. And, oh, Rubik comes in.
Radiant's top tower's hurt.
They got Shadow Demon out of it. Very good.
The Dire best do something about that bottom tower. Radiant's top.
Oh, but Darkseer's able to push with the creeps now. If they're not careful, they might lose bot. Batrider's up. I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything.
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
Batrider's coming in. Should be enough to at least scare him away.
Dire's bottom tower's getting the business. Radiant's top tower's hurting.
So there was just a lot of posturing for only one kill there. Not necessarily bad, but it was a little unfortunate, I think. No, if he could potentially catch up with him. Lost the salve. There we go. So Darkseer falls to Batrider. And Bane has a bottled invisibility rune, so he can get in really close for a Fiend's Grip potentially before the next team fight. Let's take another look at the golden experience charts. It's rising away from Dire now, but it's still safely in Dire's side. Experience also rising away from Dire, but safely secured by Dire for now. We got a Fiend's Grip on Storm Spirit. Clockwork's coming in. Rubik came in. They got an easy kill. And Rubik has Static Remnant. It's very cool looking. You don't see that very often.
Bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
The Hellbear now, I believe. It says Centaur Conqueror, that's not right. The Hellbear's there to stack Ancients for Gyro. They got a little bit of a smoke gank in. Ooh. Just a bit of a whiff with the cogs. That's going to set back this gank quite a bit. We've all whiffed cogs, though. It's alright.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
They nightmared. I don't think they're definitely not really going to be able to do anything with that. Yeah. I don't get it. Whoa. I can't even explain that one. That was just way too greedy. They were really trying to make something happen there where they did not need to make anything happen. It's at this point that regularly I would make a terrible pun, and Ion would then say something, but Ion is not here, so I don't get to make a terrible pun. I have to actually try to provide serious commentary. Like, looks like that was Bane's nightmare. Or something. I really feel bad because no one's here to provide serious commentary for you guys. Well, let's take another look at Golden Experience charts since there's not much going on. It's leveled out on Experience, not on Gold. Definitely diving the Dire team as Bane there did not help the Gold chart though. Oh, and I hear Clockwork. Clockwork's coming in. Oh wow. Oh, this definitely turned the tides for Radiant. I don't know if they're going to be able to make anything happen on. Oh, and the blink comes out, so they're definitely going to be able to make something happen on Shadow Demon. There we go. That was a 4 for none, and they got Roshan out of there. So. There we go. That leveled out the 1500 gold advantage. Oh, no. Wow. It put the 1500 gold advantage in Dire's side. And the experience charts are now 4,000. Or in Radiant's side, rather. One of the things that a lot of teams don't think about is if you leave Nature's Prophet alone to just push towers, he adds 5 creeps to the creep wave, essentially. So,
Radiant's top towers in bad
even if he doesn't stick around to push himself, that's a lot of extra damage to the tower. What really started that at Roche was a very excellent hook shot by Clockwork.
Technical difficulties.
Well, it's like I said, Clockwork can really turn the tides for battle. Gyro's showing his ability as an excellent pusher, just pushing the creeps right out of the way. They're probably going to be going for this tower, though.
Dire's mid tower won't last.
They could be trying to bait a team fight.
Can't do nothing about Dire's
But at this point, with Freedom of the Action having Aegis, I just would not want to team fight them very much right now. All their team fight ultimates are up because they're not very long cooldown abilities. And now really they have to rotate top to try and stop Nature's Prophet, because if they don't, tower is at about a quarter health. It would definitely go down. So really, now that it's cooled down a little bit, looking at the charts, and it was back and forth, but it was firmly in Dire's side for a while, and now, with one huge play, Freedom of the Action's really pushed ahead.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
I got a bit of a push going on bot.
Radiant's gone and fortified their structures. Dire's top tower.
I don't know if the glyph was a great choice. Oh no, wow, it was a great choice. They were very organized. They got 1 kill out of it. They didn't get the deny though. You really want to glyph up if you're going to get the deny, or going to be able to get the deny. I think it's alright, though. They still got a kill out of it. I think it's a decent use of Glyph.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
And here you see Gyro's ability to actually stop pushes as well. He's a great pick. I'm surprised we don't see him more as a second ban. A little bit of action. Basically, Bane just kind of got ganked and killed. You can't really stop Lifestealer from ganking in a lineup like this. He has Storm Spirit and Nature's Prophet to ride in. He's going to get a couple kills. Looks like we're probably going to see a Deso. We might see a Mjolnir. It really depends on what direction he wants to go. I'm kind of surprised we're not seeing a Basher. The stun would be really nice to slow down people and guarantee more kills during team fights, and guarantee less action out of people. Gyro's doing a bit of pushing. Very hard to stop a Gyro push. He's got the Demon Edge, Yasha, and Helm, so he's able to keep himself pretty healthy and push out lanes. Looks like he finally got that Ancient stack. Let's turn the fog off.
Dire's mid tower's having technical difficulties.
There's no way to turn it fully off. It'd be a nice feature for the NAD, just no fog in replays. So they just got a tower, and Gyro got the last hit, so he's up to pretty much 2,400 gold. They really need to get this right here.
Radiant's top tower is taking hits.
And I think this is where they're going to get it. Yep. Rubik did not come in time to be able to get the deny. Pretty big push going on bot, but what it really just amounts to is more gold for Gyrocopter. Gyro's net worth is at 12k now, and while Lifestealer had in the lead early, Gyro's really showed how much he can come back with flash farming once he levels up that flak cannon. And the answer is quite a bit. Not sure what he's saving up for at this point. Maybe we'll see Rapier or Gyro. I mean, it's possible. I really wouldn't expect to see it in a professional game, but you never know. He could be going for Satanic as well, but it's much more exciting to think he's going for Rapier.
Let's do something about that bottom tower.
I mean, a boring old Satanic or Rapier. What would you rather have on your Gyro? And I know the answer is Satanic, because when anyone gets Rapier in a pub... Oh, action going on bot. Just more kills for Gyro. Oh, wow. Going right in, the disruption to save himself, but it's not enough. Some great action there. I think it really could be a Rapier. They have so much of a lead that they might just be using it to try and push in early. Lifestealer can come back late game. Is probably a harder carry than Gyrocopter, but if you get something huge like that on him, I don't know. Hopefully we'll see soon. He's staying away from the secret shop, so I really don't think that's what it is. He really needs to spend that gold at some point in time, though. If he just sits on all that gold, it's going to eventually come back to haunt him. I mean, there's nothing in the game that costs this much money, is there? I think Abyssal Blades... What, Abyssal's 6.7, so... Yeah, there is. But he already has the, I guess Demon Edge, so I don't know, I really don't know. Oh, he's got something coming to him in the courier. I built a butterfly. Definitely a good choice. It amounts to about 60 attack speed, 60 damage, and 35% evasion on agility carry. It's a decent pickup on any agility carry. The 35% evasion is what's really going to make it. He's going to be able to safely fight against other carries, specifically the Lifestealer on the other team. Nature's Prophet really didn't take the carry route in building. He's got more of a support role, kind of, with a medallion to reduce armor and help people secure kills on priority targets. What I don't know is why Fruit in the Action stopped pushing in more. They have such good farm on Gyrocopter that I don't really know how they'd be able to be stopped. My guess is that we're going to see a crit stick on him next. That's what the Demon Edge is going to turn into. Disappointed on no Rapier in a professional game, though.
Right now.
I understand why, when there's money on the line, you don't go Rapier, but just once. I'd really like to see it once. Oh, smoke gank. And they're going to be spotted.
Radiant's bottom tower seen better days.
Do they know they got spotted? They should. Everybody's teleporting away. And they're like, whoa, where the hell is the ward?
Pretty sight right now.
Not a ton of warding action coming out from Fruit of the Action, especially for a professional game. I really expect to see a lot more wards.
Double damage.
Came unplugged there.
Do it with flair.
I was excited for that smoke gank as well. You've disappointed me, Freedom of the Action. I almost feel like it might be better for teams to occasionally meta break, especially teams like this. Like, there's older metas that could still be somewhat viable, like a big team fight game. Go in with things like, Naga's ulti, Kunkka's boat, Darkseer's wall, and...
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
There we go. Another Batrider kill. I think it's exciting to watch, and I think it's just something that I'd like to see some more of again. I kind of missed that with the professional scene. I wasn't really watching the professional scene of Toto back when that happened.
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
They got a disruption to save Lifestealer. Storm Spirit goes down. They got the pipe up, but I don't know if that's going to make a difference. Vicious Prophet goes down. It looks like the pipe only going off on Darkseer. That's really not good. Lifestealer bought back, so he's dishing out heavy damage. Gyro's pulled away safely. It looks like Clockwork died. Yeah. Well, I guess they just answered my question of why they weren't pushing. It really did not go very well for them. Is that a GG, or is that just a disconnect? Okay. So we're going to wait for this. In the meantime, we'll take a look on how that's changed the gold chart or experience chart, if at all. There's a slight dip there, but it really did not have a major change. 5k versus 440, or I'm sorry, 52k versus 43k. There you go. There you see the dip. It's just, when you're that far ahead, though, it's just not a significant impact. Losing one team fight's not enough to lose you the game at that point. You need to lose multiple team fights, and because the Lifestealer had to buy back in order to make that happen, that even lessens the gold impact even more. So, just food for thought, I suppose. Well, he's been gone quite a little bit. You know what I've never seen happen in a professional game? A shop glitch. Happens to me all the time, and I've never seen it happen in a professional game where someone has to disconnect and restart their client because the shop glitched out. I don't know if that just doesn't happen in Captain's Mode, if it's only a glitch with all pick, or what. Well, let's fast forward a little bit. There we go, he's back. I really don't like to fill time with banter if I don't have to. I mean, I don't mind talking, but I'm sure you guys came to watch the game, and I came to cast the game. That's the way I see it. Although I heard some great stories about the DDoS attacks for G1, casters filling the time with like knock-knock jokes and things like that. It really sucks that that shit like that had to happen. That's just kind of a hurdle that esports are going to have to overcome at a certain point in time. You have Treants tanking a Roche attempt. It seems to be going pretty well. I don't know if they can do a whole lot to stop or contest this Roche attempt at this point. Alright, so they're going to engage up there while Gyro finishes up Roshan. Gyro's able to ult and contribute to the team fight. Snatch Aegis.
6 in a row.
Batrider goes down. Rubik may be able to escape. He's got his levitate up. Clockwork comes in, and Bane's able to come in as well. And they were able to snatch him up out of position, so that's definitely a kill for them. And this might be the game-ending team fight there. It really just solidified Fruit of the Actions. It's now a 10k lead in gold. And that's only going to get bigger, because they're going to push down at least one tower here, if not more. They're going to be pushing down racks, which lessens the ability for Friends to catch up. A little surprised they didn't go for the melee racks real quick there, or the melee racks first, rather.
Seen better days.
They probably would have been fine there to do that. I don't believe that Lifestealer has buyback.
Top tower, you know the drill.
Buyback status.
Top tower.
Oh no, he does again. So it probably was a good option. Quite a few of them don't have buyback, but you can never really be too careful about that. If you start screwing up too many team fights, you throw the game. There we go, a Skype message. I'll wait to get that until after this.
Dire's lost the top tower.
Here's really where the game ends. They're fighting instead of pushing, and they really don't even have to do either.
7 in a row.
They're just gonna have to push at this point.
Nothing left of Dire's top racks. Dire's top racks.
So there we go, top racks down. I'm sure they'll get melee racks here. And we're getting the GG from 4 Friends. So that appears to be the end of this. It was a pretty good game. It was neck and neck for quite a while, but that stolen Roche through the Clockwork hookshot really made it so that Freedom of the Action was able to take control of the game and end up winning it.
9 in a row. 2 down.
So I think that's good.
Someone's having technical difficulties.
Leave me some constructive criticism, please. I'm trying to get a bit better at this,
3 down.
but I need your guys' help. So some constructive criticism would help, and I think that's it for this game, guys. We'll watch them push down the Ancient real quick. They're just showboating at this point, going for the gyro rampage, I guess. Yeah, and he gets the rampage. Good.